Hello, y'all. It's 4:52 p.m. So any noise y'all hear outside, if it bothers y'all, that's the kids practicing the band. So I was so tired and worn out from work today. But, been here since 12:30 and I haven't taken my dinner break yet, but um so yeah, I guess I got half of the time left to continue working and then leave. I guess um probably more than half, but so I guess they had leftover food from Tuesday. So I guess that's going to be for dinner for me. Um so yeah, the weather is November. The weather just started to change and get colder. Even if it was like close to noon this morning. It was like 11 something this morning, close to noon, and I walked out of my motel room feeling still cold. I felt cold, but this coming Saturday night, actually early Sunday morning, is the daylight savings time ends, and I will be sad because I don't like winter. I don't like cold, and I don't like it getting dark early, and I end up being more depressed. But I like summer, spring and summer, when some places it can get dark outside at close to 9 o'clock at night. I like it like that, and it'd be warm like in the 70s and 80s at night. But I don't like it too hot at night, especially when I was on the street sleeping at night. I really hated it. I hated it being like too hot at night and feeling like I'm suffocating and I'm out in the free air, you know. So I have not had any success yet with securing a place. So I haven't had any success yet with securing a place to live. I mean, a permanent place like an apartment or somewhere. So I guess, far as I know, another week at the motel because I'm trying to keep a roof over my head and not be back on the streets. But I want, been trying for at least 2 years to try to get something permanent. Actually, 2.5 years. But I got frustrated with not knowing it was part of the gang stalking. In 2017 and 2018, I got frustrated and said I didn't want to sign any more apartment leases. And the perps, they don't understand. Well, maybe, yeah, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing because they signed up for to torture us. But they might not know how it feels for themselves to be tortured. But to be tortured out of your house and made to feel unsafe. So the perps deliberately took me out of context when I said that I voluntarily gave up my Section 8. Well, it was more like I had no choice and felt cornered to get rid of my Section 8 and end up homeless because the torture was too bad. I mean, if some of y'all targets know what I'm talking about, but I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know that was part of the gang stalking. Or I didn't. I mean, it wasn't clicking in my mind. But I figured that, you know, got frustrated and said I didn't want to sign any more apartment leases because the way the Section 8 people treated me and stuff like that, and they wouldn't let me out of my lease. And the landlord lied. The landlady, she lied and said she was gonna let me out of my lease. And then, come to find out, the Section 8 office, the lady name was, oh shucks, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but her last name was Thomas or Thompson or something like that. No, Thompson. And at the Jefferson Parish Section 8 office in Fake Gretna, Louisiana. And that lady, Miss Thompson, and the landlady, they both teamed up together and lied and said, just like Los Angeles, lied and said, Los Angeles, it seemed like they sat there and let me break my lease, but then made it like, it's not, you're not breaking your lease. We understand what you're suffering. We understand what you're going through. And then waited till after I just forced to abandon everything because the torture weapon and the vibrating was too bad. So then they wait till after to get mad at me and take down my credit. I kept warning them. I said, I'm going to have no choice but to break my lease because the torture was too bad with the vibrating and noise campaigns, noise harassment, vibrating. I didn't know what the hell was going on. And other targets have been through something like this, but they were fortunate enough to have a job in the car. But they would have to resort to being homeless, living in their vehicle. But I didn't have a vehicle. And still don't have a vehicle. So I would end up, on the streets. And I realized that, it ain't worth it to doggone be banned from everywhere. Because many restaurants I would not have gone, or I don't even like to go to the bars, but bars and restaurants and stuff, if I had a roof over my head on my own place, I wouldn't frequent those places or go eat there every day. But because I was on the streets, and then having a hard time with dealing with being harassed by other homeless and stuff, was why I was forced to resort to eating out at restaurants. So being banned from certain hotels in New Orleans just for being homeless and trying to ask, can I use the bathroom? And on Canal Street, they're brutal. You get straight up banned just for even asking a hotel, can you use the bathroom? And you get bullied and abused by security guards. But during the daytime, anybody is welcome to use the bathroom in hotels during the daytime. But overnight, like at the Sheraton and the Marriott, I got banned from those places. Got banned from Harrah's. And I called myself trying to just stay safe at night at Harrah's because I was trying to go, like when I was staying at the Salvation Army in New Orleans, the bed bug infestation was too bad and you had to pay $300 a month to stay there. And the way they fed you and everything, it just felt like prison. And then they had that bully, Miss Francois. So, they give you red beans and hard rice and just bad food. And you paid to stay there. And then being mobbed and bullied in shelters, more than just that one, but, in shelters, the women gang up on you. They use and take advantage of you, acting like a narcissistic control freak, fake friend, act like they think they're staff and act like they think they have authority over you, even though some of them might be older than me. But, you don't run that doggone shelter. You a client just like I am. You pay just like I do. You sleep in that same bed just like I do. You eat the same food I do. You got to line up just like I do. So, dealing with being bullied, or I don't know, I guess I'll call it shelter mobbing. But the night before me and my twin sister's birthday on August 24th, that night before our birthday on the 25th of 2018, I was using up some of the free nights at the Salvation Army shelter, and I couldn't stay there because the bed bugs started biting me in the face and attacking me. And that was the second time in my life I ended up being forced to have bed bugs on my birthday. The first time was my 32nd birthday in Los Angeles, and they had this lady who was a perp that she gave me the bed bugs on purpose. And but that's a different story. So I just been through so much, and then try to progress and try to better myself. And if I would have known about this job opportunity last winter, I probably would have worked here, last winter, probably. And then but so excuse me. I thought I would there are people who telling me that the little money I make, they try to say, oh, you got a good income coming in, or you got some good money coming in. If I don't have enough money to actually secure a $700 place, if I don't have $1,400, to me that doesn't seem like good money. If I still can't give me a secure an apartment. Well, some people say that, oh, you shouldn't try to get an apartment. You should try to get like a cottage or a single house, or a cottage or a single house or a tiny house for rent. But I know that it's a roof over my head to have this motel, but I know it's financially eating me up. But I basically, I don't have to pay as much for a lot of food, but I don't have to pay so much for a lot of food, but I would like to have like some cushion and a little extra left over, and I was told about the idea of, diversifying your income, and I've tried that with my ebooks, and I try to entertain y'all with short stories and stuff, but they try to sabotage my short stories, my fiction and nonfiction. Well, nonfiction, I have them on sale for Amazon as well, but it's like the perps are mad about being exposed, or for me to speak about them. So that's supposed to be my punishment for them to for them for them to write false bad reviews on every ebook that I write and think it's funny, and it's not even genuine or sincere. And Amazon, they allow it. They allow that, and the perps can get my ebooks taken down, but when they make the false bad reviews and stuff, and I try to report that, it's like they're invincible. And that's just like when I was on Quora, they can make whatever harassing and abusive messages and threats that they wanted. But all I gotta do is, tell somebody like Starbricker on Quora when harassing me, if I be like, well, leave me alone, and then next thing you know, I get reported, and then I get deleted, like as if I said something wrong. If I say leave me alone, or stop stalking me, or stop harassing me. And even though you have somebody blocked, but they still get an open, that's like here on YouTube. If I have these perps blocked, but they still can get an opening. They can see what you're doing, and they can get an opening, and be able to like, I have like my own paper trail of them stalking, following, and harassing me everywhere. Stalking, following, and harassing me on Buy Me a Coffee, Medium.com, this website, that website. But they can't comment on my YouTube channels, but they make their own false videos and try to, the online perps, they try to discredit and pretend like they're debunking everything I say about my targeting. And so on Twitter, I'm safe for now, that they can't see my tweets. But then that hurts me, because I meant to use my Twitter to promote my writings and stuff like that, but now I can't do it. But I don't know if I can do another Twitter just to promote my ebooks. But that was what this one was for. But because of what happened at Sky Zone, I ended up, having this, this Twitter. But certain things I can't put on YouTube is what I put on Twitter, so they can't get an opening on Twitter, on my Twitter, and not forced to have my tweets locked. So, and then if you have a private or locked tweets, then people don't take you seriously. If you try to follow them, they'd be reluctant to follow you back and stuff like that, or they think you're a troll or something. So, so it's just like, I noticed that on the video that I did with the perp driving off from the Social Security office, well, I realized that got like over 2,000 views. I did that just yesterday, and I got like over 2,000 views, and it had like at least 30 thumbs up. And then a few minutes later, I come back, and then they reduced it to like 23. I'm like, wow, y'all hate me. I mean, y'all don't want to see me get ahead, or don't want to see me with any support. But every short video under a minute that I've been doing, all the YouTube shorts, they've been disabling. I don't know if they're doing that with everybody now. Excuse me. But the shorts on the YouTube channel, the YouTube videos, they disable the comments. So that's not me doing that, because I never disable my comments, but I do block, perps. Perps online are trolls. Gang stalkers online are trolls. And so that particular video with the man with the weird, funny tail lights. Did I say headlights? I need to go back and see, because he had funny tail lights and not headlights. I need to go back and see. And they had a perp falsely accused me of stalking them. You can tell he was a narcissistic perp. I don't remember his name. That commented, and I blocked him. And I deleted his comment and blocked him. And he falsely reversed it on me and falsely accused me of stalking them. But y'all perps know what's up. Y'all know what's up. But y'all just try to reverse everything that's real. Reverse everything that's true and right. And you try to reverse it. What the hell? So, so it's like the online perps always falsely accuse me of stalking and harassing innocent people, but it's the other way around. I'm that innocent person being stalked and harassed by random strangers. And you see these perp tactics that they do just for you, the target, but then they drive by in their cars with the arm hanging out, obvious one headlight, and y'all still make like as if y'all don't see anything. Like you see an obvious perp with one headlight out, and we say, boom, this is a perp right here. And then they say, oh, the online perps freak out and say that you're the one who's stalking and harassing an innocent person who's doing you nothing. That's terrorizing with that one headlight and arm hanging out the window. I've been getting a lot of color harassment with almost exclusively white. But yesterday I started to get a little bit of red too. But some targets say that they get a lot of black. But other targets say they get a lot of blue. Some of them say they get a lot of orange. But yeah, like with the rare color like pink or yellow, you see a whole bunch of yellow vehicles. That's rare. So you know that's part of the gang stalking. So they even perped me on the campus again today. You know, when you don't have children to pick up, but you're there to perp me and watch me and stuff, and filming me with your phone aimed at me like you want me to see you filming me with your phone aimed at me while you're driving. And here I'm not even allowed to have a car. Other targets make like they don't want me with the car and stuff like that, and that makes me really angry. But I kind of feel like, you know, I kind of feel trapped, financially trapped with the motel. Because even though it's a step off the streets, but, you know, it's like eating up the majority of my money. But if I had another place, but then I have to worry about transportation, you know, as I said. But if I had a car, then I can have better opportunities to diversify my income. You know, I don't know why people are so hell bent on not wanting me to have a car, or they don't want me driving. And I get dangerous perps who try to deliberately run over me with their vehicles all the time. But it's like they wait till they know exactly what they're doing. They're strategic and perfect with their strategies. With trying to deliberately run over me with their vehicles. But you know, these narcissistic perps and a narcissistic control freak fake friend wants to keep you infantilized, and you're not even allowed to discuss something like you're not even allowed to discuss something like you know, a homeowner's loan or something like that. I'm talking about what any targeted individual, but the idea that I don't know if any of y'all targeted individuals who could be watching this, do you have any of y'all perps who try to treat you like a punished child, or have you make you feel infantilized? I don't know. I mean, I'm wondering if y'all perps do that to y'all too. If you have perps that treat you like that. So I mean, I don't like people controlling me. I'm 38 years old. I don't like being told what to do. I have to deal with even on this job, 2 people who, you know, one of them is a perp, you know, who's very disrespectful and doesn't respect your space or boundaries. And say if I'm walking out of a room and he's going inside that same room, Mr. John, he will not be generous and sit there and wait for me to come out of the room. He would rather take that risk of entering in as I'm going out, and then, you know, and violate my space and try to bump into me on purpose. And that makes me feel so uncomfortable. Like, he's so disrespectful. and kind of feel like, frustrated enough to make me feel like, damn, I think he's trying to drive me to want to quit. But then he goes like up and down. Like one moment he wants to act a certain kind of asshole, then the next moment he wants to pretend to be fake friendly and stuff like that. You know, but I be trying to just like stay out of everybody's way and just stay off to myself. You know, it's very windy outside and it's getting colder. But you know, yeah, I don't know if it's the best decision for me to just stay in my predicament. For me to just, if it's better for me to move somewhere else and pay 700, but plus paying for Uber rides, or for me to get a car and possibly better job opportunities, or if it's better for me to just work here and stay at the motel and just walk a couple of blocks and just be fine with that. I don't know what's the best thing to do. What should I do? I don't know. Should I just stay paying 1,300 for a motel for monthly and just walk to school and don't worry about transportation? But I still got to worry about transportation at least twice a month. You know, because so let me go for now because my time is running out.